welcome in the new head coach of the Alabama State Hornets, Mr. Brian Jenkins. And, Coach, first of all, welcome to the SWAC, and I understand that you got a lot of stuff to take care of before the football season starts, but nonetheless, you've made the transition seamless as far as we can tell. How's it been for you?
It's been wonderful. Like I say, the fans and the alumni and the boosters have been very supportive, which make things encouraging for me. Our president, Dr. Boyd, has been a phenomenal leader, and spending some time with her has helped me in a lot of areas. So I'm really encouraged and excited about this opportunity.
Over the last 5 years, you've had an impressive resume, 46 wins. And, you know, you talk about it's difficult to win one game, but, you know, now you're rolling along from the MEAC over here to the SWAC. What are some of the traits that you're going to bring from your last program over to this?
Well, hopefully, you know, me and my staff can bring a winning football program, you know, on and off the field, you know, and that's the one thing that we're striving to do. We want to make sure we put a competitive football team on the field and put a competitive team off the field that realize competing in the classroom, you know, pours over to competing on the field. Get our team to understand that winning in the classroom, you know, we should win on the field as well. If we can put a team out there that's disciplined and detailed, then we think we'll have a chance to hopefully be the last team standing.
What was it about Alabama State that said, hey, this is the spot where I need to be?
Well, of course, you know, it starts with the conference. The SWAC is a conference that's been known throughout the country. They've produced many ball players, put many ball players at the next level. It's a lot of history and tradition at Alabama State. Of course, the facilities are phenomenal. And like I tell people, the possibility and capability that's presented at Alabama State makes it attractive.
You know, just got through talking to Melvin Hines, athletic director, and we talked about compliance and things and how difficult it is to, even when you're doing everything correctly, there are still some things that are going to, you know, fall through the cracks. How difficult is it for you, especially when you were first-year head coach at the new university, new institution, how difficult is it to go over all those dots and I's and crossing T's?
Well, it's very difficult. No matter how many years you've been a head coach, it's very difficult. But, you know, if you have a good compliance team, they'll keep you up to date. And you try to be compliant in every area, you know, and we try to make sure we meet all the compliant rules and regulations that are set forth by the NCAA and Alabama State in every way. And, you know, you just try to do the best you can. And I could say in my term there, we've done a good job. You know, we've stuck to the rules, we've stuck to the regulations, and we haven't had any problems.
You've been Coach of the Year 3 times. You know what you're doing in this game. You know how to motivate young men and get the best out of your talent. What is it about this Alabama State football team that you see needs to be brought out? Where are you going to have to clean up in some areas?
Well, I think the main thing is finish, showing how to finish. You know, I was looking at the stats a little earlier in the year and then also revisiting them today. If you look, they outscored opponents in every quarter except the last quarter. And then they were outscored by 40 points in the last quarter. So when you look at that, that lets you know it was a team that just didn't finish. So we're trying to get our team to understand how to start, how to maintain, how to complete, and how to finish. And if we can do that, then we think we got a chance to maybe win some ball games.
You know, coming in and doing some house cleaning and getting acclimated to your new surroundings and new office. What did you see out of your football team when you got here?
The team that wanted. They wanted to know. They wanted to do. They wanted to go. Whatever that you told them to do, they did. And that shows you a team that wants to win. And they're willing to pay the price, and they're willing to go through the process to do it. And that's a big thing that I talked to our team about, the process. The process to winning and becoming a champion is very hard, you know, and it requires sacrifice. It requires you to be selfish on some ends for a good cause. And thus far, our kids are showing that they're committed to the process and working through the process and taking on all the painful things that come with the process. And if they can finish the process, then in the end, I think we could be not only a winning football team, but be victorious. And when I say victorious, that means guys graduating and being able to be ready to go out and be good citizens in the community, be good fathers, and be able to go out and lead other young people in the same direction that they've went.
You know, everyone talks about scheduling, how difficult the schedule is, and, you know, the SWAC versus the MEAC, and you got that challenge the first week of the season for some of us. But in October, that third week of October, you know, I know you take it one game at a time. I know that. You take one game at a time.
Right.
But everybody's going to be asking you, Coach, what are we going to do about this Magic City Classic? Well, what do you know about the tradition? What is it? What have you heard about it? And besides football, just tell us what you're looking forward to the most about that game.
Well, I mean, lining up against Coach Spady is going to be exciting because, you know, our football history has crossed paths. You know, when I was in Louisiana at Lafayette and he was at Grambling, we used to often get together and counsel each other and go over different schemes and different plans of attack, you know, offensively and different things like that. So it makes me take a step back and say, man, how much have I taught this guy? How much have I told this guy? And he's probably saying the same thing, but he's done an exceptional job at A&M. And getting a chance to play in a venue like we're going to be playing in front of that many people is a tremendous thing. It's one of the oldest games out there. It's one of the top games in college football. So it's a game that I'm looking forward to. But we're going to look at every game the same. We're going to look at every opponent the same. We're going to prepare the same for everyone. And we're not going to look at one game more important than the other. But I'm excited about the Classic. I really am. And, you know, when we finally get there, and I finally walk out and I see all those fans, and I'm standing across the field and I'm mean-mugging Spady and he's mean-mugging me, I think that's when I realize, hey, this game is ready to be on and enjoy the moment.
You're getting your game face ready already. Huh?
Already.
Nothing wrong with that. I've been asking a lot of the coaches, especially the older coaches that have been around a long time, Coach Kamaji and Monty. What is it about your program? Because we're in a conference, 10 great institutions, 10 historic institutions, and they're all gunning for some of the same talent. Right. What is it about Alabama State when you come into somebody's house to recruit them to say, this is the place for you? How do you sell your program?
Well, the number one thing I can guarantee a parent is that their son is going to get treated fair and with love, the same thing he gets at home by them. I can guarantee a parent that we're going to continue to give him the good child rearing and the good development that he's getting at home. And then once you get to the academic side, I can show them how Alabama State is amongst the elite in many areas of academics. And then when you get a chance to show them, hey, this is where your son or daughter is going to be staying, and it's one of the top areas, it's living conditions that are above average than any other HBCU. And then we can also show them the facilities that their son or daughter is going to spend the next 4 and 5 years in, and that's, you know, our great grand stadium, as well as the rest of our facilities, our weight room and our coaches' offices. So when we can tell a parent that, hey, your son or daughter is going to get the best, I think that's where we stand head and heels above everybody else in the conference when it comes to what we can offer a young man to come to Alabama State University.
Right. Now, take me down to the field here. Let's talk a little X's and O's real quick.
Right.
How's this offense going to look this year?
Hopefully it looks productive. Hopefully it'll show that we know what we're doing. You know, we didn't get a chance to practice this spring, so we're still a little in a dismal mode of understanding what we can do in a football state. But, you know, the number one thing we want to be is sound and have the football fundamentals and basics down and in order. And we want to be a disciplined offense more than anything.
And defensively?
Defensively, you know, we want to be a team that tackles well and that's not out of position. Once again, we want to be a team that plays with discipline and in detail. And if we can do that, I think we'll have a chance at slowing some people down that will give our offense a chance to maybe score some points.
It is getting close. It's winding down. Who do you open up with?
We open up against one of the top premier teams out there, and that's Tennessee State. I got a lot of respect for Coach Rod Reed. He's done an exceptional job at Tennessee State, and I know that's going to be a dogfight right off the bat.
And it will be a great way to usher in the new Brian Jenkins era of Alabama State football.
Well, I tell you what, hopefully it comes out on the right end and not the wrong end, but we're going to prepare, and we're going to go in and give it our best shot. I believe in my players. I believe in the coaching staff that I've been able to assemble. And I think we'll be able to have a competitive football team out there that will be able to play from the first whistle to the end.
The Hornet Swarm being released on TSU as they get ready to start the new era of Alabama State football. Coach Brian Jenkins, thank you so much for joining us. We are live here from Birmingham, Alabama, as we are set for the SWAC Media Days. We'll have much more for you coming up in just a few.